Tennis star Coco Gauff denounces billionaire power, turns down $500 million deal with Tesla. In a world where money has long dictated influence and influence has long dictated integrity, Coco Gauff has chosen a third path, one many believe no longer existed in modern sports, a path of conviction. The 21-year-old tennis superstar, whose meteoric rise has inspired millions around the globe, has stunned the world again. But this time not with a forehand winner or a history-writing championship. This time, she stunned the world with a simple word: no. And that no was pointed at none other than one of the most powerful billionaires on Earth, Tesla CEO Elon Musk. A $500 million temptation. According to sources close to Gauff's camp, the young athlete received a massive business proposal earlier this year, a multi-tiered deal from Tesla that allegedly included a $500 million brand partnership, a personalized youth technology initiative, exclusive rights to use her name for Tesla's upcoming smart sport division, a decade-long global campaign featuring Gauff as a corporate face. $500 million. The kind of money that can make even veteran athletes hesitate. Athletes with homes on islands and super yachts named after themselves. The kind of money that could create generational wealth, change entire families, rewrite futures. But Coco Gauff, despite being the face of a new generation of athletes, had one answer: a firm, unshakable refusal. Why? Because in her own words, some things you can't put a price on. The moment the world found out. It happened on a breezy Thursday afternoon. Gauff had just finished a charity event in Miami, surprising children at a community literacy program she personally funds. Reporters expected her to speak about tennis, training, the upcoming 2026 season. They expected light updates, maybe a joke or two. What they did not expect was breaking global news. A journalist asked offhand, "Coco, is it true Tesla approached you for a major partnership?" Gauff paused, not nervously, but with the weight of someone preparing to speak truth rather than strategy. Then she smiled lightly and answered, "Yes, but I said no. I'm grateful, but I don't want to be aligned with billionaire agendas. I want to be aligned with people." The room fell silent. The next 24 hours, an international explosion. Headlines declared her a visionary. Others called her reckless. Some called her brave. Others called her foolish. But even amidst the chaos, one thing became clear. Coco Gauff was not afraid of anyone. Not of power, not of money, not of public scrutiny. Why she refused? A decision rooted in purpose. To understand why she turned down such a monumental offer, one must understand who Coco Gauff has become. Yes, she's a Grand Slam champion. Yes, she's a global icon. Yes, she's young, wealthy, influential. But more importantly, she has a mission. From her teenage years, Coco has used her voice to speak against injustice, advocate for equality, and amplify voices too often unheard. Money has never been her motivation. Transformation has. Sources say Musk's deal offered everything except one thing Coco valued most: freedom of purpose. One insider revealed. The contract would have essentially made her a long-term face of a corporate empire. She would lose control over her message. She refused immediately. Gauff herself confirmed this in an interview days later. "I don't want to wake up one day and realize I traded my beliefs for a number in a bank account." Her words hit harder than any serve she's ever unleashed. The internet erupts support, shock, and disbelief. Within hours, hashtag Gauff not for sale was trending worldwide. Fans applauded her. Coco Gauff is the definition of integrity. She rejected more money than most people will ever imagine and didn't even blink. This is why she's a generational role model. Others were baffled. Who turns down $500 million at age 21? Is this real, or is she playing superhero? Then there were those who criticized. She's naive. You don't get opportunities like this twice. But as the digital storm raged on, Gauff stayed calm. She posted a single message on her social media platforms: purpose price. That was all, and it was enough to break the internet again. Elon Musk's reported reaction. Rumors suggest that Musk initially believed she would accept. After all, Tesla had offered partnerships to celebrities before. Rarely did anyone decline, much less reject so publicly and with moral clarity. Some insiders claim Musk tried to renegotiate. Others say he seemed unfazed. Tesla offered no official comment, but the silence only fueled curiosity and admiration for Gauff's decision, a new icon for a new generation. What makes Gauff stand so rare is not just the money involved, but the cultural moment in which it happened. In an era where influencers chase brand deals, athletes court billionaires, and fame is monetized at every angle, Coco Gauff represents something refreshing, a refusal to let capitalism consume her character. She has repeatedly emphasized community before corporations, humanity before profit, transparency before sponsorship. At 21, she has shown more strength and conviction than many public figures show in a lifetime. And young people are taking notice. One viral TikTok comment read, "Build more youth learning centers focused on creativity and sports. Partner with community-led organizations, not corporations. Launch a foundation to help underserved young women access athletic training. Develop her own brand, built on authenticity, not profit-driven marketing." She explained, "I'm not anti-business. I'm pro-people. I want to work with companies who share that." And suddenly, her refusal makes sense. It wasn't about rejecting Musk. It was about protecting her mission. Gauff's choice will be remembered for decades. Years from now, people may forget the dollar figure. They may forget the contract details, the headlines, the frenzy. But they will remember this. A young black woman, barely past 21, stood before a mountain of money and said, "I cannot be bought." She chose impact over income. She chose empowerment over enrichment. She chose legacy over luxury. And in doing so, she became bigger than tennis. She became a symbol. The world responds. A new hero emerges. Celebrities have applauded her. Activists have hailed her. Even some CEOs have subtly admired her courage. But the most meaningful reactions have come from everyday people. A single mother in Chicago who said Coco inspires her to teach her daughter's self-worth. A student in Kenya who wrote a letter saying he now wants to create change, not just chase money. A 12-year-old tennis player who hung a poster reading, "Stand like Coco." The impact is real, tangible, and growing. The final word. At a press conference a week after turning the world upside down, Coco was asked one more time, "Do you regret turning down the offer?" She smiled, the kind of smile that comes from peace, not pride, and replied, "Regret? Why would I regret doing what's right for me? Money can disappear, but who you are, that's forever." And with that, she left the room, leaving behind a message louder than any corporate campaign could ever buy. Coco Gauff didn't just reject $500 million. She rejected the idea that power belongs only to billionaires. She reminded the world that principles still matter, and she showed that true greatness is not measured in dollars, but in courage. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.